Cyprian Ivanov. If previously clear Scientologists are sent to redo their levels because Miscavige claims that the training was imperfect, how are past life clears considered legitimate? Okay, so Scientology past life clears. So let's first be clear about something, because I'm not totally sure, based on how you worded your question, Cyprian, whether this is understood or not. But clear is a product of auditing, not training. So bad training on the part of auditors in the past led to people thinking they were clear, who were audited by those auditors and supervised by the case supervisors who were overseeing their progress. But it wasn't a lack of training on the part of the clear or the person who's claiming to be a past life clear. Training doesn't really have a whole lot to do with whether you're clear or not. Clear is a state you achieve through auditing, and it's supposed to be the removal of your reactive mind. That part of your mind which stores all the moments of pain and unconsciousness and has deep implants or parts of it that are mechanisms that are run in a stimulus response mechanism, a stimulus response fashion, to feed these moments of pain and unconsciousness back to you like hypnotic commands, so that you do not have free will, you do not have the ability to, or what they call in Scientology, self-determinism. That's what it means to not be clear. And when you get rid of this reactive mind, when you've sort of delved in and run out all the stuff you need to run out to get rid of it, then you have achieved this state of clear, where you can think faster and easier. Sort of Hubbard makes analogies to a supercomputer thing, and you're supposed to have eidetic memory, and you're supposed to not get sick, and blah blah blah, all this nonsense. Well, that is like I said, that's a processing or an auditing product. So the way this worked, when in the early 2000s, around 2003 or 4, Miscavige started coming down with this idea that people who had claimed past life clear status couldn't really be clear. And the reason why is because Miscavige claimed that the only way you could be clear was to have run Dianetics. So if you had not run any Dianetics this lifetime, and you didn't run any Dianetics last lifetime, you didn't claim that you had, if that wasn't part of your communication about how you were audited in a past life and how you achieved the state of clear, if you didn't highlight and detail the Dianetics auditing that you received, then Miscavige said, well, then there's no way you can be clear, because it's only Dianetics that clears people, not Scientology processes. There's Dianetics, there's Scientology. They address problems in a slightly different way. Scientology is addressing the spirit directly. Dianetics is addressing these engrams, these moments of pain and unconsciousness. Dianetics is all about rooting out the engrams. It's all locked down in your reactive mind because of the pain and the unconsciousness and the trauma of the incidents. Scientology approaches things from a very different way. Scientology has you recall things and look to things in the past, but it's a lighter form of auditing in many, many ways. It also includes different kinds of auditing. Scientology auditing has objective processes as well as subjective processes, and we've talked about this in the past, so I won't go into too much more detail. But this differentiation of Dianetics versus Scientology was the sort of curve that Miscavige entered in, and he said that if people had said they were past life clears, or they had these tremendous blowout, head-blowing, mind-expanding gains and wins in their auditing and thought they were clear, well, that's good. We're really glad you had that win or you had those gains. But if you haven't run out engrams, then you can't be clear. And so that's when this whole formal review process started, back again in 2003 or 4, and people started getting, at RTC direction, people started being called in and told, hey, we reviewed all your auditing, and it turns out You're not actually clear. We thought you were, you thought you were, but no, you didn't. What you had was what's called a release. That great big win you had, or those series of gains that you had that you thought were clear. No, they were really great. We're not trying to take away from that, but there's more auditing to be done because it doesn't look like we have evidence here that you've actually achieved the state of clear. And even if they had said the clear cognition that they had felt somehow during the course of their auditing, if they originated or said the words, somehow communicating the idea, hey, you know, I think I'm actually mocking up this reactive mind. I think I'm the one creating it. Mocking up means creating in Scientology. I think this reactive mind only exists because I'm putting it here. I don't have to do that anymore. You know, something like that. If you say those words or something like that, then that is called the clear cognition, and that's supposed to indicate you've achieved the state of clear. So even if they had said that without the Dianetics, sorry, can't be that way, and we're going to have to go back and run you on Dianetics. And this even included people who had proceeded on to do the OT levels. They'd gone on through the Xenu story, or even all the way up to OT8, and they still have a reactive mind, according to David Miscavige. And so they had to go back down and run some Dianetics to get that revalidated, so they would not then have to redo their OT levels. They'd already done them, unless the review of their auditing found some other problem with their OT levels. This didn't immediately invalidate all the auditing they've ever had. It was just, you didn't get this all the way. And of course, and kind of obviously, this was a pretty big money grab. And they made a lot of money off these people from 2003 to about 2000, I don't know, 7 or 8 or something. There was this whole big international thing, and all the clears got called in pretty much, and paid various amounts of money to redo Dianetics and go clear again. So that's how that whole thing went down.